Hey there. We are going to try to make an exhibition collage in Photoshop. I stole some images from Bethy just to kind of show you where to go, and let's get started. So, in Photoshop, we're going to start a new file, make a new file. And so, file new, and then we're going to make it in inches. We're going to make it about 10 feet by 5 feet. So 10 feet wide is 120 inches. 5 feet high is 60 inches. And 72 pixels per inch is what I saved most of your work in. Some of you, it's at 100. You need to check ahead of time. So we're going to hit create, and that creates a new file. I'm going to detab it so that we can sort of see that separate. And I'm going to bring in a couple of other images real quick. First, I have this one, which is probably not the right size to begin with. So I'm going to resize it, image size. If I remember right, yeah, it's 11 by 14, but we're going to change the resolution to 72 so that it matches, so that everything is the right size. Now I can take this and I'm going to add a matte around it. Okay. So let's say that we want this background to be just all white. Actually, let's actually make it gray, just because I'm going to go to the paint bucket and go to the background of this here, and I'm just going to make it a middle gray, just so that we can see what it looks like that way. All right, so here we'll actually do a white matte. So I'm going to put a matte around this image. So image canvas size, and if I did a 3-inch matte, it would be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. A white matte around that. Voila. Now I can take that entire image and I can drag it into this, and it'll show up as an image on this vast 10-foot long wall. And then we can keep going. So I'm going to get another file. Let's do one of these images. That's a painting, I believe. This one's already the right size. So I'm going to drag it in, and it is already the correct size. And we can start placing these things together. So it actually works really nicely for this. Next, let's do another image. Here's one that I have that's 8 by 10. So we'll detab that and drag that in. So remember, I have all of these the right size already. This way they look proportionately correct. So this is the 11 by 14 image. This is the 16 by 20 image. This is the 8 by 10 image. These two don't have mattes around them. This one does. And you can line them up pretty easily. You can either use guidelines or use these little pink guidelines that Photoshop already sort of has for you. See that? So you can line them up along the top or on the bottom, and then you have to create some reason for how you're putting these all together. Again, we are making a virtual, sort of exhibition this way, and I think it's a really good exercise. You might also realize that some colors don't look good together. So in other words, this gray background looks horrible, with this when there's no real frame around it, but try to keep it sort of realistic. You can add some things, but I would keep it fairly simple. All right, I hope that this helps. Let me know if there's any questions.